Back in November 2020, Mike Bundy and his 12-year-old son set out on a hunting trip. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Bundy has been an avid outdoorsman most of his life. But after not having any luck in the woods around Kellogg, Idaho, the father and son got ready to head home when Bundy decided to scout out one more spot while his son decided to stay in the car to listen to the Seattle Seahawks game. Little did they know that it wouldn't be for another 24 hours that the two would see each other again.
Closing in on the vehicle, I gained 30 yards. If I just keep going in that direction, the path that it put me on, I should hit that road or, hit the vehicle and I'll be good. That didn't happen.
Since Mike Bundy had only planned to be gone an hour, he had no food or water on him, just a single jacket, a cell phone with about 20% battery on it, and 2 guns.
When I noticed that I had went in the wrong direction, because the snow was deeper, I kind of lost it a little bit, out of frustration, fear for my son being there and the what ifs.
Lost in the northern Idaho woods, Post Falls resident Mike Bundy used the knowledge he learned growing up spending time outdoors and the mental skills he gained as a lifelong wrestler and then wrestling coach to grapple through 24 hours of below freezing temperatures, attaching his own survival to the survival of his son.
Probably the number one tool I used was mental toughness. I grew up when I was 7 years old until I 24 wrestling competitively. And, everyone knows that wrestlers have to cut weight and, got to put our bodies through some, uncomfortable situations and still be able to push through it.
At one point in the middle of the night, Bundy stopped uncontrollably shivering and started to feel warm, like someone had placed a heated blanket over him, which was most likely his body's last effort to warm himself by exhibiting a sudden surge of blood and heat to his extremities. Knowing something wasn't right, Bundy started to put together an interval routine of jumping jacks, squats, and walking in a circle to get him through the night. The next morning, Bundy decided to head a different direction. When a search and rescue helicopter passed above him, Bundy began shooting his gun in the air, but the helicopter was too far away. Finally, he found a road, and about 10 minutes later, a white truck in the distance.
I was walking right down the middle of the road, and of course I probably look awful, and I have a gun right hip, and I have a rifle on my left shoulder, and I just kept thinking, he's not going to stop. Like, would you stop? And I just put my gun in the middle of the road and put my hands out, kind of like a, please. And he kind of pulled around where I was and slowed down and rolled his window down. And he just asked me, he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "No." I said, I need some help. Surprisingly, he said, "Hey," he goes, "there's a lot of people looking for you."
And thankfully, the man in the truck brought Bundy back to a checkpoint where medics attended to him. He lost 20 pounds over those 24 hours, but he soon returned to be reunited with his son and family. And that experience hasn't stopped them from heading back out into the woods for another father and son hunting trip.
That is quite the experience. All right.
Quite the experience.
Thank you very much, Corinne.